Alrighty, guys, it's the final part. I have 28 minutes on my phone, and I'll end this video here. Yeah, look at an amazing story. So I'm going to do a thing. I'm going to write this in the script. Hey, Lana, what do you think of this? Whenever Agent Smith forms in the Matrix, the first thing they say is like, any anomalies? Well, the first thing they say is, he's like, Smith, nice to meet you, Smith. He's like, nice to meet you too, you know what I'm saying? And Smith walks, he's like, wait. You know what I'm saying? He looks, he's like, any anomalies? The agents are like, no anomalies. The last anomaly, the name was Thomas Anderson, also known as Neo. You know what I'm saying? You get this music, you know what I'm saying? Also known as Neo, deceased 100 years ago. And Smith is like, ha 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 ha. Even Neo couldn't defeat me. You know what I'm saying? He's laughing, you know what I'm saying? He's like, even Neo couldn't defeat me. And he mocks him, he's like, yes, it'll be over soon. Like he did in the second Matrix. Yeah, he mocks him, yeah. Because even though Neo was the one, he couldn't beat Smith, man. But I am the lucky one. I am the seventh one. I now have the power to defeat Smith once and for all. Whereas Neo did not have the power to defeat Smith. Because he wasn't really the chosen one, Sarah. I am the chosen one. I am the lucky one. Ivan, why are you lucky? Because I am the seventh one. I'm the seventh one. But it's not a new iteration it's not the seventh iteration of the Matrix. No. It is still the sixth iteration of the Matrix. But the Matrix is now updated because 100 years later and the glitch happened. Because Neo saved the Matrix in the sixth iteration, it is still the sixth iteration of the Matrix. But a new one is born in the sixth. Another one is born in that same iteration. So I'm not a fan of it having to be. No, it's not a new iteration. No, it's the same iteration. But I'm the seventh one born. I'm the seventh one born. You know what I'm saying? All right, she was saying yes. I'm the seventh one born into the Matrix. I am the seventh one born into the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? I am the seventh one born into the Matrix. I'm saying yeah. And once the agents arrive, once Agent Smith comes back and the three agents come back to the Matrix, obviously, everyone in the streets like, holy shit, agents! They're all shocked, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, and all the agents are naked, and they walk to the suit store and they get their suit. Something like Terminator, you do something to make it cool, obviously. And that's when everyone in Zion panics because the machines are acting weird. What's going on? I'm saying something must have happened in the Matrix, and they eventually find out there's a glitch, obviously. In the Matrix, obviously, and then the Oracle architect panic and they make a deal with the machines. A new one must be reborn. The seventh one, the lucky one. This one is lucky. You know what I'm saying? This one should have the powers to defeat him. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And you get the sperm of the one, obviously, the seed, and it goes into the goo and the baby forms. The baby forms in that place, whatever it is. The baby forms in that place. The baby forms in that place, and you get the biological birth of the one. And the moment the machines put the black plugs on the baby, obviously, and they plug the plug on the back of the baby is now born in the Matrix. You get this electricity coming from the ground, and you get the green code forming. You get the skeleton, you get the green code forming the flesh of the baby, but you also see this light in the green code. Because the baby is the anomaly. The baby is special. The baby is me. He's the one, obviously. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell the special effects people, guys, please make sure this does not look silly. Make sure it looks really professional. I was just saying, yeah, when the agents form, make it look professional. When the baby forms, make it look professional. Don't make it look silly. You see what I'm saying? Make it look very professional. I was just saying, yeah, they make it look professional. Look at an amazing story, yeah. So once the body of the baby forms, obviously, this guy, he works in the junkyard. He's done his shift. Okay, you're done your shift. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? The guy's like, okay. And the guy's getting ready to go in his car, and he has to smoke, and he hears crying. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, what the hell's that noise? He's like, oh, I'm probably just hearing things. And he's about to go in his car again, and he hears crying again. He checks it out, and he sees a naked baby. He's like, what the heck? He's like, where did you come from? You know what I'm saying? He's like, where are your parents? You know what I'm saying? He like, carries the baby. He's like, your parents left you here, didn't they? They just abandoned you? Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? He feels pity for the baby, obviously. He must be cold. He takes his like sweater or something like that and he wraps the baby around with his sweater. Or he has a t-shirt and he has a wife beater under his t-shirt and he takes his t-shirt and wraps the baby with his t-shirt. And he has his wife beater and he drives to his apartment. And he has an argument with his wife. He's like, "Where'd you get that? What are you doing with a baby in the apartment or the house?" He's like, honey, listen to me. He's like, I found this baby. He's like, "Where'd you find it?" "I found it at work." "You found it at work? What kind of a parent would just leave their child like that?" You know what I'm saying? And the guy's like, maybe their parents misplaced this child. Maybe the child was stolen from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, "Honey, this baby's not our problem. We can't raise it." Like, "Yeah, but honey, like he has nowhere to go. Who's gonna raise this child? Where's this baby gonna go? I can't just leave him in the junkyard all by himself." And she's like, "Honey, just take him to the adoption center." He's like, "Honey, why don't we just raise it?" You know what I'm saying? "Why don't we just raise it?" And their kids are like, "Oh, let me see the baby. I want to see the baby." You know what I'm saying? And you see the baby, he's the baby's laughing, you know what I'm saying? "Oh, he's so cute," you know what I'm saying? The baby, their kids are saying that, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, "Honey, we can't raise this child." You know what I'm saying? "It's not our problem." You know what I'm saying? What if their family's looking for him? We can't just take the child from them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe their family, maybe this baby was stolen from them. We don't know. The best thing to do is take it to an adoption center. He's like, okay, fine. I'll take it to an adoption center. You know what I'm saying? He's a bit sad, obviously, because he wants to raise a baby, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Okay, I'll take it to the adoption center." And he gives his wife a kiss. He's like, "I'll be back in a few, guys." And he takes the baby. He takes the baby, obviously, and what? You know what I'm saying? He takes the baby, obviously, and what? What I'll do is I have an idea. Whenever he goes out, he goes to the store. He goes to the store, obviously, and he doesn't go to the store. I'm not gonna do that. But he puts clothes on the baby. Obviously, the baby is naked, so he takes like his you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I don't know. The wife's like, Aren't you going to dress the baby? You know what I'm saying. We do know we still have our kids' clothes from when they were babies. You can dress the baby, and the guy dresses the baby, and he puts clothes on the baby, obviously, and he goes to his car, and he drives to the adoption center, obviously. You know what I'm saying? When he drives to the adoption center, he turns on the radio, and he turns on the radio obviously, and you hear the people that you hear people in the radio talking about, yeah, some unusual events have been going on in the city. You know what I'm saying? Because a glitch happened. Obviously, you hear this radio. I hear creepy. Yes, I know how to tell a good story, man. He turns on the radio. You see, they talk about how there's unusual things going on. A couple hours ago, unusual things have been going on in the city. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, agents are now in the city. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "What the fuck, agents?" You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's speeding, and that's when the cop stops him. That's when the cop stops him, obviously. He's like, "License and registrations." Remember that cop in the beginning of Matrix 1? Cramming up your ass. Remember that? Yeah, you have the cop, he stops the guy. He looks, he's like, "License and registrations, please." And the guy's like, "Yeah, yeah, I have my license and registration right here." He's like, "You've gone over the speed limit. You know what I'm saying? You know I can fine you for this, right?" The guy's like, sorry, it was my bad. It's been a long day." And the guy looks and sees the baby. He's like, "Is that your kid?" You know what I'm saying? The guy's like, "Yeah, it's mine." You know what I'm saying? He looks at the baby, and the guy's like sketchy. You know what I'm saying? He's sketchy. He's wiping the spot off his face. He's sketchy, obviously, he's scared of what they might do to the baby. Obviously, he's like sketchy. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "The baby doesn't look too much. I don't really see the resemblance." "Yeah, he's adopted. We adopted him." He's sketchy. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, he didn't adopt him, obviously. You know what I'm saying? He's like, okay. "All right, sir, I'm going to let you off with a warning. Don't do this again." You know what I'm saying? "Don't do this again." You know what I'm saying? The guy's like, "Is that clear?" He's like, "Clear, sir." He drives, he's like, whew. And he keeps driving, obviously. And he hears the radio, people talking in the radio, a midnight radio. Yeah, there's some rumors that there's unusual events going on in the city. Obviously, they don't say the Matrix. No, you say in the city. In the city, obviously. In the city, obviously. You see what I'm saying? The rebels call it the Matrix. Well, the people in the Matrix don't call it the Matrix. They call it it's a city. Unusual events going on in the city, obviously. And when he drives, he sees Agent Smith and like his 3 agents walking by. And he's looking, he's like, what the fuck? He's like, agents? You know what I'm saying? He's shocked. What the fuck? What are they doing here? We haven't seen their faces in 100 years. Yeah. He's like shocked, obviously. And he eventually goes to the agency, obviously. And he goes to the agency, he takes the baby with him, obviously. And he's waiting, and he takes us to the adoption agency. And the adoption agency is open. What time is it? I don't know. This takes place around. I can do a thing where once the guy finds the baby, obviously, the baby stays for one night, and early in the morning he goes to the adoption agency. You can do that if you want, or you can have it take place. I think it's better if it takes place at nighttime, or it takes place during the day. We'll see what happens. And he goes to the adoption. You guys probably picture it at nighttime. I picture it at nighttime. You picture it at nighttime, obviously. I'm most likely have it take place at nighttime. He goes to the agency. He's waiting in line. He's with the baby, and when he goes, you know what I'm saying? He's waiting, obviously, and okay, next. You know what I'm saying? You still talk. He's hello, he's like, sir. What's your name? My name is this. He's like, okay, so you're here to give up your baby for an adoption. He's like, actually, this is not my baby. And the lady's like, okay, it's not your baby. So did its parents give the baby to you up for adoption? He's like, no. Okay, sir. He's like, do you have any identification on you? Yeah, I have. No, I mean the baby. Does the baby have any identification? I'm like, no. He's like, no identification. Okay, sir. Where did you find this baby? Did his parents, like I'm saying, I found it at work. At work. Where do you work, sir? I work at a junkyard. She's like, a junkyard? You know what I'm saying? You know those scenes of lose? Yeah, junkyard. Yeah, I work at a junkyard, I'm saying. And she's like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, right? Holy shit, creative. Yes, I want to tell a good story, you know what I'm saying? Okay, where did you find it? I found it on top of the roof of a car. On top of a car. So his parents abandoned the baby, left the baby for you? No, I didn't. I don't even know who his parents even are. I never saw his parents. So you don't know the baby's parents? No. He said, okay, sir. This is very, very weird. This has never been done before here. You know what I'm saying? I smell something sketchy going on over here. And I know, sir, there's nothing sketchy going on. Please, man, this baby has nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you're saying that you found the baby after you finished work, and all the people behind you are like staring and listening. What the fuck? In a junkyard. I'm like, yes, I'm embarrassed. I'm saying the guy's embarrassed, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know who his parents are. No, I don't know who his parents are. You know what I'm saying? He's like, please, I'll pay. Please, I'll how much will it cost? I'll pay you. Look. I have $200 with me. Is that good enough? He's like, sir, it doesn't work like that. I don't want your money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, sir, the baby does not meet the requirements for adoption, to be good enough for adoption. The guy's like, please. He's like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to adopt this baby for myself. My wife disagreed. You know what I'm saying? This baby has nowhere to go. He needs parents to raise him. Like, please. You know what I'm saying? He's like, please, this baby. What if its parents got killed? You know what I'm saying? What if this baby was stolen? This baby needs parents to raise him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's like, come on. If you were this baby, wouldn't you want to be raised by someone else, or instead of being how would you feel if you were a baby and someone left you in a junkyard all by yourself? You know what I'm saying? Look at him, and he look at the baby. He's like, you see the baby? You know what I'm saying? She has that pity for the baby. She's like, oh. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're lucky this baby's cute. You're lucky this baby's cute. You know. It's like fine. We can find a way to make arrangements to have this baby adopted. The guy's like, thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? You know, okay. It's like, okay, please, sir, before you adopt the baby, just sign here. The adoption agency needs to know that you dropped off this baby. Yeah. He signs his name. That's how, and then the agency ends up telling the people who adopt me, the person who adopted what, who the person who dropped me off at the adoption center, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And the guy takes the baby. He's a bit sad, obviously. He's like, you're a lucky baby. You know what I'm saying? He's like, good luck. You know what I'm saying? Good luck, lucky one. You know what I'm saying? He touches the baby's nose and he gives the baby to the people, obviously. And when he leaves and he gets in his car, he's a bit sad. And he starts the car engine and he leaves. And that's the last time you ever see that man in the movie ever again. Holy shit, I'm creative. Yes, I don't want to tell a good story, man. You're looking at a masterpiece, yeah, man. You're looking at a masterpiece, guys. Right? Right. And then the next day, you get the scene where you get the two couples that go to the adoption center, and they want to raise a child, and they end up choosing me as their child to raise. And once they go to the house, they're all happy. They raise me, obviously. You know what I'm saying? They raise me, obviously. You get scenes, and while you have the story of my life in the Matrix, you're also gonna have scenes with Agent Smith. You put some, not that much scenes. I'm going to start putting a lot of scenes with Agent Smith once I'm an adult. That's when you start seeing a lot of scenes with Agent Smith and Michael B. Jordan, older Michael B. Jordan, older VJ. Whereas before that, it's mainly focused on me as a kid in the Matrix. That way you don't bore the readers. I might have maybe one or two scenes of Michael B. Jordan, their kids in the Matrix when I'm a kid. And you don't see them until in the Matrix until 20 years later. 20 years later. When I'm 36 years later, when I'm an adult, and that's when you see my older Michael B. Jordan, all them, and they're in the Matrix also. See what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then it transfers to me when I'm a kid. Obviously, I'm a 4, 5, 6. I'm a 6-year-old kid, and you know what I'm saying, I'm a 6-year-old kid, obviously, and I want to do a thing where it shows me in school as a 6-year-old. Not when I'm a 6-year-old kid, but it shows me. Like, my parents take me to the park and they play with me in the park, obviously. They play with me in the park. They play with me in the park, obviously. And they take me to this arcade center and I play games at the arcade center and all that stuff. I play games at the arcade center, obviously. And then something happens when I'm playing games in the arcade. Something happens when I'm playing games in the arcade, obviously. The system shuts down. The system shuts down, obviously. The system shuts down. And then, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. But y'all have a scene where you have me. I play what? I play ball with my what? I play ball with my parents. And then and my parents stole the ball. And then the ball lands towards the street, and then you see the cops, and you see Agent Smith and his agents, and the ball happens to hit one of the agent's legs. And I run towards the agent, and the agent looks at me, you know what I'm saying? And then my parents are like, agents, you know what I'm saying? It's like, sir, sorry about that, sir. Because they respect the agents, obviously. And the agent's like, is this your ball? I'm like, yeah, it's my ball. He's like, you know, it's not safe for kids to be playing in the streets, right? You know what I'm saying? He's looking at me and he's like, never do this again. You know what I'm saying? And the agent looks at me and I'm like, okay. And they don't know I'm the one, and they end up killing me in the end. Look at an amazing story, yeah, man. And my parents, my parents hit me like, how can you be so foolish? You know you could have gotten killed, obviously, right? You know what I'm saying? If the ball lands on the street, never go after the ball. It's very dangerous. I'm like, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm sorry, obviously. And it transfers 6. And after that scene when I'm a 6-year-old kid, I skip it to 10. You don't want the story to drag on for too long. Keep the story pacing. After a couple scenes when I'm a kid, you see this thing 10 years later. And it shows me I'm ready to go to school. And I go on my school bus. Or I bike to school. I either I go on the school bus and I bike to school, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And I'm now addicted to hacking. I'll do a thing when I'm younger. I'll explain to you how I get addicted to hacking when I'm younger. I get addicted to hacking when I'm like 6 years old. And I'm 6 years old. I'm a hacker, obviously. I make a nice like $150 on the side. But this hacking is some small little hacking. It's not the real shit when I'm an adult. When I'm an adult, I do the real shit hacking. I make a nice like $2,000 on the side. You know how Keanu Reeves was a hacker? He gave that guy the thing. If you get caught with that, yeah, I'm also a hacker too. Why is Keanu Reeves a hacker? Because he's the one. He's good at hacking because he's the one. The One is the best hacker in the world. He can hack into the Matrix so well he can bend the rules and bend the laws. And that's why he's able to beat the agents. That's why I want to be faithful to the Wachowski sisters story. I also want to be a hacker too because I'm also good at hacking too because I'm the One. You see what I'm saying? You can get some symbolism with that for the story, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you get a thing one day I'm at school. Obviously. How do you get caught? I don't know. I'm in class. I'm in the back of the class. And then while the teacher's talking, obviously, I have this thing, this hacking thing, and I'm playing with it. And the teacher's like, "Excuse me." He tells my name. He's like, "What are you doing back there?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Nothing." He's like, "Show me what you have." I'm like, "No, it's nothing." And he's like, "Show me." And I show him. He's like, "Where did you get this?" Like, he's like, "You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?" And the next scene you see they call me to the principal's office. It's such real shit. The principal expels me, and I get arrested by the cops, and they interrogate me in what like they did Keanu Reeves. You know what I'm saying? You got this thing. He's like, "So what are you doing? Where did you find that?" And I'm saying, What do you like? You're telling me you're hacking? All the students feel bad for me in my class. You know, and they're like, "Get out of my classroom!" And they call the principal. You know what I'm saying? They send me to the principal's office, and you see the scene with me in the principal's office. And the principal's staring at me. He's like, "You know this is illegal, right? You know what I'm saying? You know you can go to prison for this. You can go to juvie for this. You can do 5 years in juvie, 10 years in juvie." You know what I'm saying? He's like this. I have no choice. I let your parents know I have no choice but to expel you from this school. You're no longer welcome in this school. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you get to see he takes his phone, he takes his cell phone. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm calling the cops." I'm like, "What for?" He's like, "What you're this is an illegal act. This is beyond my what? This is beyond my what? This is beyond me." And he calls the cops. I'm like, "Please, sir, don't call the cops." I'm like, "Please." And the guy's like, "I'm sorry." And the principal calls the cops, obviously. You know what I'm saying? The cops come in, and you see everyone in school, they're all looking, and you see the cops coming in, and then you get this like, duh, 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 you get this music, and then they walk in, they're like, "Where's the boy?" You know, "The boy's here." You know what I'm saying? They put me in cuffs, and they put me in a car. You know what I'm saying? They put me in the car, obviously, and you can even do a scene where when I put in the car, I'm scared shitless. I'm like, "Sir," he's like, "Shut up, kid." You see, you see the cop say that, "Shut up, kid." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We don't like talking. We don't like talking to hackers. You know what I'm saying? "Sir," he's like, "Please, like, where are you taking me?" You know what I'm saying? Where are you taking me?" "We're taking you to him." I'm like, "Who?" He's like, "Smith. You don't know he's now back in the city, right?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Who the fuck is Smith?" You know what I'm saying? And I go in, and then you see the next scene. They take me. The cops take me, and I walk up, and you see like the four agents. You see Agent Smith, and they put me in his. They put me in the room, and there was like four agents, three agents behind me, and Agent Smith. You see like four cops. You know, I'm in that room all by myself. You know, and Agent Smith's talking to me. He's like, "All right." So "What's your name?" I'm like, "My name is this." You know what I'm saying? "You do know the police contacted your parents, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know." You know what I'm saying? He's like, who are you working for? I'm like, "I'm not working for anyone. It's just me." And he's like, "No, no, no. Every hacker has has a superior." You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you shit. I want my lawyer. I want my fucking lawyer. I want my lawyer. You know what I'm saying? The agents, you see all the agents laughing. He's like, "You do know you can do 10 years in prison for this. 5 to 10 years in prison for this. You know what I'm saying? I can cut you a deal. If you what? If you tell me who you're working with." I'm like, "I'm not working with anyone. In reality, I'm not working with anyone. I'm working on my own. But someone did get me into hacking, obviously. I know who that man is, but unlike me, I did not sell my friend out." You know what I'm saying? Smith threatens me, obviously, and I give Smith the finger, obviously. I give him the finger. Obviously. Some Sarah. You know what I'm saying? And Smith, "I'm gonna let you off with a warning. You do this again, you'll be put in chains. You'll be put in prison." You know what I'm saying? "I'm gonna have to have my four agents deal with you." He gives me that look, and those agents all stare at me. I'm like this. He's like, "You know what I'm saying? Yeah." And he leaves. And when he leaves, he looks at me. He looks at me, you know what I'm saying? There's something off about this kid. 16 years old, he's already a hacker. You know what I'm saying? Reminds me of him. You know, he used to do something like, he reminds me of him. Neo, 100 years ago. You know, said like, ha 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 ha, all these yellow ages laugh. Who shot you, creepy? Yes, I want to tell a good story, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then my parents pick me up. It's silent. I go to the house. And my parents, I have this huge arc with my parents. My parents are like, get out of my house. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you here. You're nothing but a disgrace. You're on your own. Get out. You're a disgrace of a son. I don't even know why we even adopted you. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I just want to make some good money for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because my parents are not that rich people, obviously. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know who your parents even are. The adoption agency told me that some guy found you in a fucking junkyard. And I'm like, so you don't know who my parents are? You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, we don't know who your parents are. You know what I'm saying? Someone found you and they dropped you off they dropped you off at the adoption agency. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, get out of my house. I don't want any illegal activity going on in my house. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, take your things. And I go in my room and I have like my bag. I pack some of my clothes. I have like $250 in cash. I bring that with me. I bring my cell phone and I leave, obviously, and I'm on my own. Obviously. You know what I'm saying? Find yourself another school. The principal told me that you're expelled from the school. Find yourself another school. I end up dropping out of school, obviously. And you see me, I go to this shelter place. I'm like, hey, you have any room? I'm gonna need to spend a night. Yeah, we have room, and I spend a night at the shelter, obviously. And I find this ad on at the restaurant, looking for dishwashers. And that's when I get interviewed at the place for dishwashing, obviously. See what I'm saying? You have any experience? I'm like, no experience. Okay, what are you good at doing? I'm like, hacking? And the guy's like, ha 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 ha. You're one for jokes, huh? And, you know what I'm saying? I have that face. I'm not joking, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, fine. You're all right. Fine. You're hired. You know what I'm saying? Are you in school? I'm like, no, I'm not in school. I got expelled. So you dropped out of school. I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's not a good idea, right? I'm like, yeah, school's not for me. You know what I'm saying? I get the job, obviously. And he shows me working as a dishwasher. I get a couple jobs. I have a couple shifts, and that's why I meet my friend. A couple shifts in, I meet the guy who becomes my best friend, and he hooks me up with hacking, and me and him become top notch hackers. And I make a nice like $2,000 inside doing hacking, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And then once after that ends, I have a beer with a guy. You know, we're gonna make a good team. I'm saying transfers 20 years later. I've been working in wrestling for 20 years, and now it's me, the older me, 36-year-old me. You know what I'm saying? And now you see Michael B. Jordan and all of them going in the Matrix and all of them. You get more scenes with them, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And then Michael B. Jordan goes into the Matrix to see the Oracle. The Oracle tells him he will find a new one. He's like, do you know who this one is? And the Oracle's like, that answer you have to search for yourself. And she tells Visa, you will love the new one. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyways, we're out of time here. That's it for this video. Stay tuned. I'll make another video later. It's Ivan Amir, or perhaps it's more mornings. Ivan Amir, I'm signing out. Peace.